Welcome back to the video, and in today's video, we're ranking every single throwback / all-time logo in NBA history for all 30, I can't remember the teams, the 5-inch division. There's 30 NBA teams. Yes, that is the correct number. So we're going to be ranking all 30 NBA teams' logo from the tiers that you can see on your screen. At the top, we have the elite logos. Below that, we have the really good logos. Below that, we have the decent logos. Below that, we have the mediocre logos, and at the bottom we have the garbage logos. Basically, it's every single team's like old-fashioned throwback logo. We're looking at all the ones. You got the Seattle Sonics, you got the Vancouver Grizzlies, you got the Charlotte Bobcats. We got a ton of logos to look over, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion, not based on the team, based on how the logo looks aesthetically, and we are going to go straight into it. So let's get started with the Charlotte Bobcats. Basically, if you don't know, Charlotte Bobcats, Charlotte Hornets, you see the connection. In my opinion, Charlotte Bobcats logo is not bad, but it's not that good. I think it's mediocre. I like the idea with it. I like having like an actual like Bobcat on the logo. I like having an actual animal on it. I think it looks good. It's just their new logo is a little better and it's a little more modern. So I just say it's mediocre. It's nothing crazy. I think the colors are just a little bit off. Next to be the Blazers logo. I mean, it doesn't just blaze, but this is literally just the Blazers logo in block letters. It's boring. It's not quite garbage, because at least it's garbage. You know what? I have to go garbage because it's so incredibly boring. And I honestly do, although you can say how kind of boring the logo right now that they have is for the Portland Trail Blazers, this one's even worse. This is terrible. I mean, you have the colors, which is nice, but there's nothing crazy about this logo. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to say really good. You can think of the iconic days with Oscar Robertson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You think of those kind of days. Sidney Moncrief. You got the Ray Allen even days with this logo. It's very iconic. It looks really good. I still think the Bucks logo now actually no, I think this logo is a little better than the Bucks logo. I think it gives you back those old memories. I like the purple. I like the green. I like the colors that they use. This is definitely going to be a really good logo. Next would be the Atlanta Hawks. I know a lot of people really like this logo. It's a little outdated. It's a little old-fashioned. Now, will I say it's bad? No. I just think it's decent. Yes, I like the idea of a hawk grabbing the basketball. I think that's cool. The hawk seems a little cartoonish. Basketball, I don't know why it's that brown. It should be a little more vibrant. But it's not terrible. I think it's a little outdated, and I don't think it's as... I think the Hawks logo now works a little bit better with like jerseys and stuff like that. This logo aesthetically though is a lot better. I'll just put it in decent. Next up be the Knicks logo. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I'll just put it in decent. It's just kind of similar to the logo that they have now. The logo that they have now is decent. It's just nothing special. Not much to talk about here. It's kind of a boring logo. Next up we have is this the Washington Wizards? This is the Washington Wizards. I do remember these kind of days. It was a decent logo. I just think it looks a little weird. I think this is the perfect tier for a mediocre logo. I do like the idea of it. It looks a little different, which I guess is a good thing. But also, it looks very strange. It looks kind of out of place. So, I'm just going to put this in a mediocre tier. Next up, we have the Phoenix Suns. Again, you can have kind of an iconic logo. Remember from the Charles Barkley, Steve Nash kind of days. I'm going to put this in really good. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very similar to the logo that they have now, but I like the colors a little better. You got that nice purple, kind of similar to the Bucks purple. You got the orange. I think everything kind of pops off well, having the purple as the Phoenix Suns logo. It's a little strange, but I think it's decent. I'm going to put it in really good. Next up, we have the Toronto Raptors. This is, without a doubt, the best throwback logo of all time. This is incredible. You had the actual Toronto Raptor playing basketball. Iconic Vince Carter days. Love it. I can't believe their current logo is an abomination from what they used to have. I mean, that old logo is nice. Next up is the Utah Jazz. Not bad. I put it in really good. I like how they incorporated the Utah mountains. You know, it's snowy up there. I like the idea of that. They also have made some jerseys with the Utah mountains as well. So I think that's a cool technique. I like the idea of that. What I will say is it looks a little cartoony, like I said with the Atlanta Hawks one. But I don't think it's really bad. It's just a little old-fashioned for me. I think it's really good, though. Next will be the Cavs. I mean, this is terrible. Literally just has a Cavs block letter with a basketball going into a net. This is garbage. I mean, maybe they could have the old Cavs logo. I don't really know what that was, but they did have one like early LeBron days. Not the not the one when he came back the first time when he got drafted. But this one is a big miss. It doesn't look good at all. Next up, the 76ers. I think this is another really good logo. Elite. Can immediately go back to the AI days in the early 2000s with this 76ers logo. Really clean, really nice. I like how the basketball's like whooshing across the 76ers logo. It doesn't really make a lot of sense if you really think about it. But honestly, the logo itself is super aesthetically pleasing, and I really like it. Next to the Pistons, we're trying to roll with Elites. This is another Elite logo. Incredible logo, especially in the jersey. It even pops a little more. You have the piston, which I think is meant to be like a horse. You got the horse on it with the flames coming out of it. I really, really like the idea. Again, maybe comment down below what this actually means, because I don't really know what the Pistons logo, this is what is this like entailing, but I think it's a really nice logo, and I'm not going to complain with it. This is one of the best logos out there. Next up, the Timberwolves. This feels very rushed. Doesn't look good. It's not terrible. It's not garbage, but it's kind of mediocre. I don't mind the idea of having a basketball, but the wolf feels very out of place. Again, the basketball being gray. The Timberwolves logo, like lettering, just kind of feels like it was just thrown on there, so that's not that great. And honestly, it could have been done a lot better. So I think it's just mediocre. Next up, we have the Lakers. Here's my opinion on the Lakers. They haven't really changed their logo much, but it's iconic. You gotta think the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar days, the Magic Johnson days, the James Worthy days. I'm putting this in really good. Now, it's not quite elite because it's not that good as a logo, but I think if you think about just the days of the Lakers, it gives you iconic throwback moments, and that's why I think it deserves to be in really good. Next to be the Rockets. I like these ones a lot. I'm not going to quite put them in elite, but I think they're really, really good. Reminds me of like the Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming and Hakeem Olajuwon days. Really, really nice logo. I like how they actually have the rocket flying out of the basketball. I think it's unique. I think it's cool. And honestly, looking at their Houston Rockets logo now, this one was a ton better than the old one. Next to be the Boston Celtics. It's classic. And this is one of those ones where I'm actually going to put in elite. Here's the reason why. The logo that they have right now is the same, except I think the guy is green. Both of them are really, really good. I like the detail involved with the Boston Celtics man in the front. It's like a very, very iconic one because the Celtics were one of the first teams that came into the NBA. Everyone knows, the Bill Russell, Larry Bird days. Incredible. This is an elite logo. Even though they didn't, it's another iconic one, but it also is way less boring than the Lakers one. Next will be the Charlotte Hornets. Hold up. Who were the Charlotte Bobcats then? Wait, let me think about this. Because I thought I thought the Charlotte Bobcats were the Hornets, but they're not. The Charlotte Bobcats. I actually don't know. Comment down below what team that is, because I actually don't know what that is if anyone does know that team. I'll look at it afterwards as well, but I thought that was okay, well, this is the actual Charlotte Hornets. It's not bad. It's looks like a Hornet playing with the basketball. Kind of boring. It's kind of mediocre, kind of similar with the Charlotte Bobcats one. It's not terrible, but I like their new logo a lot better. Next up, this is an obvious elite. Seattle Sonics. Incredible logo. I love this logo. First of all, you have the Seattle Tower. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. I should know it, but I don't know the name of it. That's really iconic. Then you have the basketball coming in, the Seattle Sonics, big lettering coming off the front of it. It looks super nice. You always remember the early Kevin Durant days. Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, amazing. This is elite. This is top tier. Next up, the Sacramento Kings. This is terrible. This is garbage. I mean, it just doesn't look good. The Sacramento part of the logo, like the Sacramento lettering, again, feels like it's kind of was thrown on there. The red and the blue it doesn't look good. I don't think those two colors together work really well. This is terrible. Next up is the Los Angeles Clippers. It's fine. It's not that good. I think it's mediocre again. Well, I don't think it's terrible. I just think that the Clippers have never really came up with good jerseys or logos. I think that all their stuff is kind of mediocre. Next up is the San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to put this in decent. I don't mind this logo, but I don't think it's a top-tier logo by any means. I like the colors that they got involved. I like the idea of it. I just don't think it really showcases the San Antonio Spurs when looking at the logo. Next up, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, whatever you want to call it. This is an incredible logo. I'm going to put it actually in really good because it's a little outdated. It's a little bit outdated. I think the jerseys are really, really clean. I think that's what puts them in elite. But the logo's still really, really good. It just, the bear looks a little funky, you know? But I think the logo is incredible. So if you put in elite, I'm not going to be mad about it. Just personally, I don't think it's quite elite. Next up, we have the Golden State Warriors. It's fine. I like the new logo better. I think it's kind of just decent. Oops, what happened there? I think it's just kind of decent. It's definitely not better than, I think, their current logo. I think their current logo is a little more creative. I don't really understand the point of, like, I guess a warrior, like a titan, is a titan on the front of the basketball. I guess it's kind of unique, but it's nothing crazy. I'll just put it in decent. Next up is the Orlando Magic. This is just garbage. I mean, yes, it kind of does remind me of, like, the Penny Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal days, but it doesn't give me as much of a historical significance like the Lakers or the Celtics to make me put it any higher than this, because this logo is horrible. Next is the Chicago Bulls. I know they haven't done anything in 20 years, but just like the Lakers, I'll put it in this in a really good. Remind me of the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman days. Really, just reminds me of Michael Jordan when looking at this logo, and it's incredible to see. Again, some of the Lakers hasn't really changed much, but hey, not a lot of change is good when you're talking about one of the best teams of all time. Next, I believe the Nets. This is horrible. This is garbage. I can't unsee the fact that this is not a good logo at all. The new Nets logo is boring by itself, but it's better than this one. The red, white, and blue. I get the idea. It's kind of like patriotic, I guess, but it doesn't not look good. It looks like it looks really forced, like it's on there for no reason. The Denver Nuggets. I really like the colors. I do. I really like the colors. But how they portrayed it based on the logo isn't that good. I'm putting it in decent just because I really do like the colors. They have some jerseys. I'm trying to remember. It's like they have jerseys with these colors and they're clean. But in my opinion, this logo itself, it's just decent. Next up is the Dallas Mavericks with the actual hat on the top of the M. It's fine. It's nothing insane. I do like the Mavericks logo now a little bit better. I'm going to put it in decent because I don't think it's a bad logo. But I think that the light green's a little bit weird. I don't think it's an insane logo by any means. Next up will be the Pacers, mediocre. This is the definition of mediocre. It's just boring. It's literally, again, it's kind of some of the Magic where it doesn't give me that, like, historical, like, background like the Celtics, Lakers, or Bulls. Now, what I will say, you gotta remember the Reggie Miller days, but realistically, this is just a mediocre logo, and honestly, hasn't changed at all. And the last team we are going to be rating is the Miami Heat. These are super nice. These are really good. I like the orange. It pops a little more than the orange that they have currently, and I like the flames coming off the basketball, and I think it looks really clean. And that's the end of my video of ranking every single NBA logo historically, all time. You know what it is, throwback NBA logos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below where you would have put in these logos. What is your guys' favorite, and what is your guys' least favorite? I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!